This conference will now be recorded.
Just give these people a few more minutes. How to watch your results. You got a agenda, Jay?
On my phone.
So those Datira packs are going crazy, like crazy now.
Right?
It's hilarious, yeah, because people look at
Did
it.
you get your new box yet?
Not yet.
No.
But people look at it and they're like, what is that? And then I tell them, I say, we have 2 drug take-back days, and I tell them when, and so it's kind of an in-betweener. And they're like, this is great. So I have like a bunch of seniors come over and grab some at the farmer's market. Like we've given out about 40 in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're gonna go, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because, you gotta think, they must be a couple bucks at least a pack, you know? And
Oh, I think so.
so, oops.
Of course, right after CADCA, like, tried to reach out to me a bunch of times, and, because I also met with them in the,
Oh,
and I'm like, listen, I don't have any money. You can stop, I'm not buying anything.
Yeah.
right?
yeah. So, we'll be starting in a few minutes. We're just gonna wait for a couple more people to roll in. That it's great though, because like, when I saw that woman, she's like, oh yeah, we'll send you a case. So at CADCA, you were there.
Yeah.
Liz was there. So they had the Datira packs.
Yeah.
So, and
Chris and I kept grabbing some every time we had a break.
yeah, at National, in February, we went and we kept getting some, so we have like a ton. But this time they had them again, and so I was over there, and it was like in between a session or something, and I was alone over there, like, you know, kind of. And then this woman comes over who was working, and she's like, "Do you want more of those?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Because we got so many that we had to take back to the home base," and she's like, "We don't know what to do with them." She's like, "So whatever we have left over, can we send them to you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Awesome.
So they're sending me a case.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for my case to Tara.
I think by the time they were done, I came home with a suitcase.
Yeah, I have.
Luckily, I went there with an empty suitcase pretty much, so.
Yeah, I have a ton. We have a ton. I have a ton. I even brought some home from this last time. Anyways, all right, we're gonna start. So just to call the meeting to order. I know we're still waiting for a few more people to roll in. We have some people up on online today. So we have a couple new people here today. So I just kind of like want to go around and introduce ourselves again, and maybe say like what one of the favorite things that you did this summer was so far, because it's not over yet. So I'm Chris Hogue. I'm the director of Drug Free Communities and co-chair of BOAT. And my favorite thing I've done this summer is like golf.
Yeah.
And more golf. So we'll go over here.
Angela Battle, co-chair of BOAT. Favorite thing I've done this summer? Probably fly to Nashville for CADCA.
Ooh.
That was a good one, even though I was sick.
That's true.
Kim Dewey, health sector rep.
Yeah.
And I think just travel this summer, beach stuff.
Yeah, you've been traveling a lot. Wow.
I'm Liz Monopoly. I come from the West Springfield Care Coalition. I'm their care coordinator, and my favorite thing this summer was probably going to CADCA. I'd never been before.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
All right.
Michelle Brew, I'm the religious rep, and my favorite thing I did this summer is just slow down and relax.
Yeah.
Jake Roll, I'm the district school resource officer, so I represent the police department and I guess kind of the schools too. I think my favorite thing probably was my mom and daughter and I went to Vegas for a few days and saw a few shows.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right. Rebecca, you want to pop it up there?
Sorry, sure. Rebecca Edwards, Town of Ware Drug Free Communities Grant and Stop Act. Quabog Hill Substance Use Prevention, Quabog Hill Substance Use Alliance. Sorry, I took the last 2 minutes to go grab supplies out of my car, and so now I'm like a little winded and scattered. Favorite thing over the summer was my family and I went to visit my old college roommate in Canada, in Niagara Falls, and it was just
Nice.
stunning.
Wow, that's awesome. All right. Do you want to pick somebody up there to go?
Sure. I see Gail. Gail, your turn. And hi.
Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's well. I'm Gail Grammarosa. I guess I consider myself a semi-retired public health person these days. With respect to BOAT, interact with them around the Opioid Funds Committee here in Belchertown that I'm the chair of. Whoop, just lost my photo there. Anyway, sounds like we're talking about what favorite thing to do this in the summer.
Yes.
Now that I'm retired, it's mandatory, but I am now a birder. So I have been going all over the state and our region, tracking down and looking for beautiful birds. So that's one of my retirement activities. All
Have
right.
you found any specific, any original ones yet? Like, are surprised about?
Well, to me, they're all kind of new because I consider myself new at this. I've learned a lot about birds I didn't know about. I'm not one of those people who keeps a list. I just go and look and enjoy and then come back home and tell my spouse what we saw. So they're all new and exciting to me. Even the most mundane bird is interesting to me. So anyway, let me see who hasn't gone. I'm sorry I came in a couple of minutes late. Lisa, let me pass it on to Lisa.
Thanks, Gail. Have you seen that show, The Residents? I think it's on Netflix. Yes, she's the woman, the detective is a birder, and she's excellent. So Lisa Goldsmith, I use she, her pronouns. I work with the Spiffy Coalition. And I would say I've gone to a few concerts this summer, and like one at Fenway Park, which was really cool, and even one at Look Park, right near me. And it's fun to be with people and music, and I've gone with my daughters, so it's kind of a fun way to hang out with teenagers. So yeah, and I will pass to Lauren.
So hi folks, Lauren Kelly, she, her, coordinator for the Hampshire Hope Coalition. Good to see everyone this morning. Summer activity. I'm really happiest and most content anytime I'm near any body of water and any water. That's definitely always a must for me. And never feel like I get enough of it though. So, well, it's definitely something important summer activity and priority. Could always use some more water time. And I don't know if anyone else online hasn't gone yet because I too hopped on. Oh, awesome. I'll pass it to Andrea.
You. I feel very boring. Everybody's done some great this summer. Residence was awesome. I haven't laughed so hard during a show. It was hilarious. I was laughing for weeks afterwards, just thinking about things. I haven't done anything this summer. Haven't gone on vacation. But for me, the most fulfilling is when I have time to spend with my cat children. Able to trap some cats that were on my hit list that needed to be trapped, and they're finally either with me in my home or at a rescue organization awaiting adoption. So I guess that's for me so far the best thing so far this summer.
Thanks, Andrea. And Andrea's our government sector rep. Sue, are you up there?
I am here. I'm not able to turn my camera on.
Okay.
I truthfully can't figure out how to do it. I'm going to try during the meeting. I'm from the Recovery Center of Hope. I'm the volunteer and outreach coordinator. And the best thing I did this summer is I did it in the beginning of June. I went to Disney World It was supposed to be my sister and my nieces caught wind of it. So they came with us. So it was my nieces and my great nieces, the 6 of us, and we had the best time. So much fun.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome everybody, and I think Aline, you haven't gone yet.
I have not. Aline Mata, the Community Engagement Coordinator and Secretary of BOAT. I have a lot of favorite things. I can't really pick this summer. So I'll just say it. I saw the Gin Blossoms, which was one of my favorite bands growing up. I went glamping in a barn in Maine in the middle of nowhere, and it was so much fun. And I helped my brother rescue a dog, so he adopted a dog.
Nice.
Good
All right.
things.
Well, welcome everybody. We got a pretty full list of events and upcoming and recent events that we're going to just talk about. So I'll just go through this. Smart Recovery, we still are running Smart Recovery. We've been doing that since April, every Wednesday. And it's in the Recreation Center now, just due to some logistical issues. So we did move that to 7 to 8 p.m. this summer. So it's still going on, Smart Recovery, every Wednesday, 7 to 8. And it's with Western Mass Young People in Recovery organization. With Jolie Fetter is running that. So if anybody has questions about it, you can certainly reach out to me or Jolie. Youth Police Academy, we did do that this summer, did a presentation around substances, and I did talk to the youth about fentanyl, just risks and dangers of that. We talked about protective factors, but it was a pretty quick presentation for an hour, and I could have gone for like 3. But it was, we had about 18 kids, so that was a really good thing. Did you hear any feedback at all, Jay?
I haven't really worked since, so
Oh, okay.
I think these surveys are all sitting on my desk.
Yeah, I'm just curious about that. So that was really cool to be involved with that this year. We did go to the CADCA Conference, and Angela was with us, and Aline, the 3 of us went. So Angela, if you want to talk any.
Actually, we talked about it last meeting, so
Oh, you
you're
did?
the only one who didn't. talk about it yet.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't here. So so the CADCA Conference, I felt like it was really thin again, compared to what it normally is. And like Jay came with us this year to the national forum, and we ran into issues with like the CDC, NIDA, and NIH not being able to be there. And so went to some meetings, and like meetings weren't happening. Like we'd go and be sitting there and waiting, and nobody would come in. And kind of like this time it wasn't as bad, but it was definitely thinner with the sessions. I feel like I'm getting really personally, really over, like I know so much now from that, but there's always something to learn for sure. All right, Liz, you went too for your first time. Did you want to share it all?
The one thing that I really took out of it, I went to the Tall Cop Says Stop session. I don't know. So we're going to be giving a talk with our counselors in the school and nurses, so they can be more familiarized, and it's led me to doing some community scans, and all the things that he talked about that are out there, like the gas station heroin, is right in our yards, or at least in West Springfield. I don't know, we don't include that on our survey, so I need to also probably explore that, because I don't know if kids are aware of them. But like it led me to also using like social media to like search the terms. They're still there. Very few things are blocked by TikTok, so that was just alarming.
Yeah. And environmental scans might help too, like just getting out into the community and seeing what's around.
Absolutely.
And everything. Yeah, that's awesome.
Did you get on his email list?
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna actually, we're hoping to partner with the Hampden County DA to see if he could give a presentation to like the police departments in the area and whatnot, but TBD if that happens.
Cool. All right. National Night Out was very successful again this year, Belchertown. We had 42 adults, 64 youth attend our table. Handed out 11 boxes of Narcan, 25 Terra pouches, obviously, 8 Operation Parent handbooks. The SAMHSA Talk They Hear You QR code, what we did last year is we actually took out a thing and put it in one of those plastic holders and put it on our table with the Talk They Hear You pamphlets, the trifolds. And that one, when people came over and we would talk to them, hey, this is Talk They Hear You, check out the QR code, it's an app. And so people are they're downloading the app more now, which is really good. So that was a success. Let's see, Mural Reveal. Aline, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So the Helping Hand students completed the mural at the town beach back in June, which was funded by the 84. And yeah, it wasn't really a huge turnout, but we had 3 of the students come. It was a Friday night. It's summer, like, but it was really hot and we were like melting. But we had 3 Helping Hand students cut the ribbon, and we had a few young people who were lifeguarding stop by, and a couple other adults. So we had resources to hand out, and food and drinks and all that stuff. So.
But the mural's cool, and it's very large on the back of the snack shack, or the bathrooms, and it says "Sailing Toward a Nicotine-Free World," and it's really cool, and it has like planets and stuff like that out there. So
Came out good.
Yeah, it was nice. Food Truck Friday event recap. We just did that. Again, pretty busy. We did some activities with watercolors and straws, and like we had like some crafts and stuff like that, so kids could make, like, they could take the straw and like blow onto the watercolor and spread it out on the sheet, and then they make pictures out of it. We had some rock painting going on. We had some we created a thing of, it's a picture of like a sailboat, and on the bottom of it says "What floats your boat," and it's a coloring page for kids. So it kind of, goes with boat, and stuff. So that we definitely had a good turnout with that. And tonight we have the Mindfulness meditation program at the Recovery Center of Hope from 3:30 to 5. 3:30 to 4 is the snacks and stuff like that. Sue, do you want to talk about that at all?
I would love to. So we are having the mindfulness and meditation at 78 Main Street, our bigger location. We are having fellowship and snacks from 3:30 to 4, and then the mindfulness and meditation will go from 4 to 5.
Yep. All right, great. And we'll be there at 3 o'clock, so to set up.
See you soon. We'll see you in a few hours.
Okay. And then we have National Fentanyl pop-up, prevention pop-up. When we first got on board here, a boat used to go up on the common like once a month, and like with I think Chief Bakunis and a couple other officers, Dart and Jill, and they would just give out free Narcan. And this year, what we've done is we've connected it to other events that are going on. So we did do a pop-up this past spring. We're going to be doing a pop-up on Thursday from 4 to 6 in the Belchertown Common parking lot. We'll be giving out free Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and deterrent packs up there. So we do have one coming up in September too, but we'll talk about that in the next meeting. And then our Vigil planning. It shouldn't say planting. Sorry, Vigil planting. So our candlelight vigil is going to be on August 28th from 6 to 8 o'clock. And we actually have a schedule of activities that day, which I'll have Angela talk a little bit more about in a second. We are going to be planting flags again this year. And it looks like it's almost 1,000 less overdoses this year that were recorded, from what I can see with the numbers. So we have I think it maybe something like that, close to 1,000. But I have the numbers in my office. Lauren, do you know what the numbers are on that by chance? In Massachusetts?
I don't off the top of my head, no.
I think it was I want to say 1,500 and something, but
I think
it's on my board in my room. But anyways, yeah, it's still a lot less than last year. So I think we're doing a pretty good job out here in Western Mass. The Vigil planting is going to be Monday, this fall, coming up Monday. We're going to be meeting at the town common at 10 a.m. If anybody can help us, that would be really helpful. Last year we got smart and we used a string to line, and so we laid the string down and we just planted the flags on the string, so it would be like, orderly. And it looked really cool and it helped out a lot. So we'll be out there at 10 a.m. on Monday. If anybody can come up there and meet us up there. The Vigil is on next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, from 6 to 8. And Angela has taken charge of it, which is awesome. So do you want to talk a little bit about what they can expect?
Sure. So from 6 to 6:45, it's gonna kind of be open. People can go to the creative station. There's going to be rock painting, the luminary bag, decorating, things like that. There's going to be the resource table. I think Chris is going to be doing Narcan training. And then at 6:45, I'm going to say a few words and open it up. I'm going to introduce Aaron Saunders, and then we're going to start the scheduled session. So Aline is going to read a poem. We're going to open it up to anybody who wants to share. We're going to do a not real flame, but lighted little candles relay. So I will light the first one, and then the second person will touch theirs to mine and say the name of the person or persons that they want to remember. Let's see, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the open mic, and then who is the pastor that's gonna be? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so at the end, we'll have, Michelle will, at the end, if you can, close it out, say,
Closing it out.
yeah, close it out, yeah.
With a prayer?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be awesome,
Okay.
awesome. All right, thanks, Michelle.
Mhm.
You guys can touch base after if you want to.
That's all right, I got it.
All right, great. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be good. All right, and then it should say flags down, not flags up. And it should be 8:29. Looks like I was rushing a little bit yesterday. Go figure. Yeah, so we're gonna be taking the flags down the next day at 10 a.m. We have to get them down early because I know that they're gonna be mowing the lawn. So we do have to take those flags down early on that Friday. So we'll be meeting up there at 10 a.m. on Friday. We have a couple school open houses coming up, which Aline and I will be attending, and giving out, resources to students and trying to recruit some members too for Helping Hands this year. So we'll hopefully at the high school, we can get a couple Helping Hands students over there to help us out as well. And the Helping Hands students have been great with our events and participating. Like even with our Friday night, food truck Friday night, we had 2 students come and run the event.
Mhm.
And then we had another student come over that is an 8th grader that wants to become a part of Helping Hands. So we want to expand, if we can, down to Jabish this year and open up the Helping Hands to the Jabish kids. But we have to talk to, Jabish about that. I think Jen might be up here today. But we do want to do that. It was QP, Jay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, did you have a lot of kids graduate from Helping Hands or no?
Yeah, like 6.
6 kids graduated, yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
very sad.
And we've recruited, we already have 2 recruited. And Aline's gonna talk a little bit about the ropes course in a minute.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're definitely building it. All right, Monson, we are going to be going to their, overdose event in September. We do know it was shared publicly. It is shared publicly that Monson did lose their drug-free communities grant. So we are going to be helping them out and stepping in when we can. We know, from our experience that being present in the community and connecting with other organizations is huge to building capacity. We know that. I mean, it's in our numbers. So they reached out to me from Monson and asked us if Boat would come and table there and provide resources and all. So I told her that, we would be more than willing to help out when we can. you know, because that's who we are. That's who we are in Western Mass. So, just to FYI.
Was that like their 5-year renewal and they just
No.
didn't?
No, it was 1 year. They had it for a year. So, yeah, I'm not sure the details or anything about it, but, you know, it unfortunately, it does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen. And we still aren't sure what's going on with everything else with the grant right now too. We're still waiting to hear about that. And I think, is Gail still, Gail, you, had mentioned to me that you were on a call recently.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, related to the Drug-Free Communities program at the federal level. One of the consulting projects I worked on earlier this year was helping the Ludlow Cares Coalition that's been around for a long time for the town of Ludlow. And they have always been interested in a drug-free grant. So I worked with them to apply for a year 1 Drug-Free Communities grant. So they were fortunate enough recently where they were contacted by DFC, which I think about 100 other applicants were also on a conference call that I participated in, where at least at that juncture for this year 1 grant, the organizations who were invited to this call had made it far enough in the process that they were deemed eligible for the grant. Their proposal was reviewed favorably, and they're still waiting. Nothing is definite because the feds always like to couch their language. So at the same time, while they're saying, congratulations to you all, they are saying you have to wait, obviously, for the official notification. But what I did also hear that jumped out at me is that despite all of the concern about where federal dollars are or are not going, the DFC folks, at least for the year 1 cohorts, they are expecting to fully fund them at $125,000 a year and for the full 5 years. So and you know, Ludlow's proposal is the one that I'm closest to, but if there are any others in Massachusetts, anybody else, you know, who got that same invitation to that conference call. So the good news is it looks like the feds, at least in the CDC, feel confident they have enough money to fund the year 1s. I don't really know anything about what's happening with the folks who applied for the year 6 through 10 as a renewal. The call that I was on was strictly for the brand new year 1 potential grantees.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that information. That's really good to hear. Really good to hear. We have not heard anything back from our 6 to 10 application yet. Our report was due last Friday, which I submitted on Thursday, and it took about 40 hours to do because we just do so much here. It's just insane. But you know, we're pretty confident that we're going to be, you know, getting the grant, hopefully, you know, based on our things that we've received and recognitions and stuff, but you never know, right? Just never know. So fingers crossed on that. But I mean, we're good no matter what, because if our drug-free communities grant does not come through this year, we are covered for gap year. So we'll be okay for at least a year anyway, but we're pretty confident that we're going to be funded. All right. Then the Recovery Center of Hope is having a recovery resource fair, and Sue, you're still up on there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
Or Rebecca?
Yeah, it is going to be a multiple pathways to recovery event. So we've invited several people. We've got quite a few responses back that they are coming. It's at Grenville Park from 2 to 6 on September 17th.
All right.
So here's just a few examples of who's coming. BOAT is coming. We're still waiting on AA and NA. The Family Resource Center is coming for a while. Griswold Center, Hampshire Hope, First Steps Together, and QSHUA, to the best of my knowledge, is coming.
All right. Sue, I have a list of organizations I can bring over to you tonight, just in case, like, maybe you don't know something exists and it does, or whatever. I can bring something to you tonight if you want me to.
That would be great, and I can go over it with Julie for sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll do that for you.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Takes a village, right? All right.
Sure
And
does.
then our farmers markets have been great. One of the things I've noticed this year more than any year is how many people that we're getting at our tables at the farmers markets. And people, every time that we table, we always have one, or at least minimum one, usually two people that approach us that are having trouble with a loved one, or they've lost somebody to overdose. And the more and more that we're out there, the more and more I'm seeing our community members have lost somebody to overdose. And it could be, a one-time thing, like one pill can kill, so to speak. But we are finding that. And so, one of the things that we really want to get out there is our information around support groups, because we were able to give out, the last couple times I was at the farmer's market, I was able to connect people with like SADAD and also team sharing, specific to a parent who lost a daughter 11 years ago. So people, like, having these resources out into the community and being present in the community is so huge in connecting with our folks. So that was like one really good thing that has been coming out of this, is the connections that we've been making with our community members and giving them the resources. Next farmers market is on the 31st. Angela is going to be covering that with Jill. And so we'll meet with you before then to get you the materials. And then Deb Keefe is supposed to be doing the one on September 14th, and we still need another volunteer with that, which one of us will probably step in with that. All right. And oh my God, we have so much going on. Our parade, I do need to sign up for the parade for us to walk again. We do have Helping Hands kids already volunteering. Last year we have 2 brain costumes. So the kids love wearing the brain costumes, and we have signs that say, water your brain, feed your soul. Addiction is a brain disease. Like, we have signs that the kids carry and the adults carry. So we will have signups for the parade coming up. I think do we have our boat meeting before the parade? I don't even know now.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
3 days before.
All right. So I'm going to send out a note to everybody. And if anybody wants, I'll just put like a poll, or not a Google poll, but just like a sign up thing out there. If anybody wants to sign up to walk in it, they can just check off yes. All right. And that way we can get a number. If you are going to walk in the parade, we do have to meet by 9 a.m. in front of the library. You have to be parked and in front of the library at 9, right? I think that's correct, right? Or was it 8?
Yeah, they say 9.
Yeah, 9 at the latest.
9 at the latest is the latest. Yeah, we usually get there at like 8:30. All right, but we'll talk. I'll send something out about the parade to our members and stuff. Updates. Opioid Settlement Fund Committee. We have a few members here today. Anybody want to kick that off? Angela, Gail, anyone? Bueller.
I can do a few updates that might be helpful for folks.
Great.
Especially since we're not meeting in August, given everything that's going on for folks. So there is a new reporting tool. Mosaic and Rise and BSAS just hosted a webinar this week for municipalities. I think will both be helpful in streamlining reporting of funds for communities, but also helpful in terms of transparency to community members of how funds are being utilized. And they are going to have their next round of the RISE matching grants coming out in mid-September. So there will be more information about that coming up. And then the last thing in terms of opioid settlement funds is, and I know some of you are already aware of this, Hampshire Hope and Tapestry are doing a point in time in-person one-on-one interview surveys with folks with lived and living experience, since we know that that was a subset of the population that was not necessarily reflected in the regional survey that was done, to get further feedback on how settlement funds can be utilized across Hampshire County, as well as helping to inform harm reduction services across the region as well. So if anyone knows anyone who's interested in participating in that, let me know. But we're also working with a variety of different community partners and organizations in hosting drop-in time for us to that. So definitely would love to connect with folks on that opportunity as well. Those are probably all of the opioid settlement fund updates regionally going on.
All right, thank you. Anything else from Gail or Angela? All right, you just triggered something in my head. So Rebecca, I know you guys have been sending out the survey, the parent survey, and extended it. So we have been putting it out into our community, at like our farmers markets. We made sure that any parent that or adult that came to our thing, I put it in one of those plastic sign things. I'd be like, hey, check this out. So we did get a bunch of people to scan it. We are going to be doing some open houses, so just to let you know that we are going to be getting it out there. So thank you for that extension. We definitely needed the extension to get it to affect our community, so we appreciate that.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And then public health. Anything going on with public health? Andrea?
Yeah, I think the only update I have, I think a lot of you already know, our public health nurse, Kirsten Krieger, resigned. So her last day was Friday, August 8th. We are going to be looking to fill the position. It'll have to go before the district board meeting in October, but it'll be shortly after that meeting that we put it out to advertise. So hopefully we'll be able to get that position filled soon.
Great. And the other thing that we are going to be doing in this fall is we have to do our purchase survey checks. And we have somebody identified, but I need to solidify it. We do have somebody identified. Did you see that note that Gail just did up there? Because I didn't see it.
No, I have my glasses on.
Anyways, I just lost my thought.
Purchase survey.
Oh, yeah. So we have somebody identified for the purchase survey check that was born after January 1st, 2004. So they are 21 right now. So we are going to check for purchase survey checks specific to nicotine-free generation. I've just not, it's going to probably be in September, towards the end of September, if we can do that. And then I need to do alcohol purchase survey checks as well. So we just have to identify somebody to do that. I just want to let you know, Andrea, that we are going to be doing that for nicotine-free generation specific to that. All right. Helping Hands.
Yes. So it was August 6th. We had, let's say 6 Helping Hands students. And we gave them the opportunity to do the ropes course at Springfield College. It was like a team building kind of thing. And it was low impact. A lot of problem solving and communication skills were needed for that. I did some of them. And it was very difficult, challenging. But they had a good time. And actually, they were very funny. They made me laugh. But we had lunch after by campfire, and we discussed things for the next year and what they want to do. So we actually broke them in groups and had them talk about what they saw happening and took notes, and then we shared them all and wrote them down so that we're all on the same page, at least those who were there. And we're pretty excited about this year. I think we're a little bit more organized now, and we do have 2 members that are new so far. So we'll be at the activity fair that the high school has in September at the lunch period. So we'll be able to hopefully get some more people.
Yeah, and so Alina and I this summer did a retreat for a few days and did our 12-month action plan, and we broke it down by month and put down every single activity that we're doing every month, and then pre-month we wrote down our logistics, like who we need to contact, what items we need, and so that way we're organized. And we brought that 12-month action plan to the youth, and then the youth broke up into two groups, and half took half and half took the other half. And it was great because, one thing that we know when we do these activities and evidence-based things, that everything we want to jive together. We want to all build upon each other and grow. So it's not just a one and done type thing. So doing this action planning and then taking it with our students, we're all on the same page doing the same exact things. One thing that we do know, we are going to continue our social norms program this year, the social norms activity. However, we did catch wind that the stickers that we were using at the high school were ripping off paint on the lockers, I guess, or something like that. So we need to figure out another way we can talk after, another way to deliver the social norms without using like stickers. Because apparently we were told we saw a teacher at the fair on Sunday, and that told us about this, and nobody has told us about it, and said that kids were taking the stickers and sticking them on people's lockers, and we didn't know anything about this, and from what we knew, it wasn't really, it's expected for some of these kids, but I don't know. We'll have to figure out what to do with that, but we are definitely. No, magnets, I don't know how that would, I don't know where we would put them. That's the only thing. We have to figure out like a logistical place to post them that they're not gonna like ruin the paint, and that they're gonna be out of the reach of kids. So they're not being moved around.
Yeah, you gotta get creative.
Yeah, anyways. So that's that. Any other stuff for helping hands? No, I think that's it. All right. Dart. Any Dart stuff going on we know about?
Good morning, everybody. How are you? I just can give you an update over the last calls for over the last month. And to be honest, there are more at-risk calls and behavioral health calls coming into Belchertown. And those at-risk calls are actually more alcohol-based than other substances, which is just an interesting change in trend. And again, you just have to remember that's for adults 18 and older. The other increase for Belchertown are behavioral health calls. So they go to the co-responder that sees individuals in Belchertown.
Yeah, Kathy, it's interesting that you say that, because right before Kirsten Krieger left, she showed me some statistics from Belchertown and ER visits out in Palmer, and it looks like alcohol ER visits are on the rise out in our area as the adult population. So, we want to maybe talk about that as a group and how we can, look at that in our community as far as adults are concerned. If anybody has, ideas about that, we can certainly look at that.
And one of the ways that you could address that, which you guys have already planned to start but got on hold, is your Belchertown Wellness Community event. Certainly is an area for those topics to happen at, and for people to be able to come in and get resources. And you're not going to do one in September?
We are not going to, and unfortunately, we did have to cancel last week. We had an event right after that. I didn't have the capacity to take it over. So, unfortunately, that did happen. September, we have it's fair weekend when we usually do that, so we're not going to be doing it until October now. But I do know
it gives a couple months to kind of think about that topic and how you could possibly get that information out into the community socially. and just to make sure that we have resources to provide individuals that come in
Yeah.
to the community wellness.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up though, because we are seeing that too
Yep.
in our area. I do know that Cindy Hobson, our library director, is getting the WOW bus for
Yep.
October, so
Great.
that's good too. Yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I've given them some names of resources as well, but I'm gonna probably be heading that part up. So
Yeah. And I'll bring resources with me. So when I come for.
all right,
for it.
great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Kathy.
Yeah.
And, oh, Gail.
Hi, thanks. Just to pick up on that, I'm still connected for at least a little while longer with the Community Benefits Advisory Council with Bay State Wing. So just a reminder that they're every 3-year hospital required community health needs assessment. The report's coming out in the September-October timeframe. And last spring, a focus group was done with folks at the recovery center. The issue of alcohol use and emergency room visits came up in that focus group. And I'm going to be part of a meeting next month to share in more detail with the Bay State Wing staff, particularly the emergency department folks. And there's a lot of new people there as well, leadership wise and staff wise. So it may be an opportunity for BODE and QHSUA and SPIFFy and other groups to collaborate with the emergency department, even the health district, to think about ways to make sure people who go into the ED with, under the influence of alcohol, if that's their primary reason, or they're there for something else, but they're also, looking like they're a consistent alcohol user. There just might be some ways to do more collaboration and education in addition to the monthly wellness things, because it is a good opportunity. I know there's still also conversation about, how do we bring recovery coaches and other people into and connect with the emergency department? And then also, what kind of follow-up, both by the hospital as well as others, might be available. It is always tricky, but the focus group folks had made note of that, and also trying to help Wing be as as responsive as they can be, but also be thinking about, trying to be as non-stigmatizing as possible.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gail, for that information. Yeah, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that for sure. Now that this has come to our attention, and it seems like it's in front of a lot of people, I guess. Any harm reduction or recovery information out there? We've kind of talked about it already. All right, and now the last part, partner updates. Any partner updates?
Chris, before that, is everybody aware that the methadone van that was in Ware will starting next Monday, the 25th, in Palmer, Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 12:30. And you're gonna want to know address.
Yep.
I think it's Converse Street. Hold on, I can. I didn't print a flyer, and it's not loading. Hold on, I can find it.
Can you shoot me that?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Kathy, does that have Where on it as well? Like, is there a schedule written for the
no, but I will contact Ashley at BHN and try to get them to do a flyer with both locations on it.
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome that they're expanding that to Palmer for sure. All All right, anybody else?
I have two things to mention. One of them is that Ware would like to bring Stephen Hill to the schools, and he likes to like group his schools. So I was wondering if Belchertown is interested in inviting him also, or if you guys already have a different speaker.
Yeah, we already had him last year. He was our kickoff to our Red Ribbon Week last year, so he's
Okay.
good. He's very good. And we did a lunch and learn with him as well, Rebecca, with the student council and our Helping Hands kids. We had like 25 kids with him with lunch and learn. So definitely, if you can do that, that would be awesome.
Great. Yeah, we will definitely hope to have as many sessions as possible.
Our
And then-
school is not very open to a lot of speakers.
I was just checking in with Liz. Because
Okay.
Liz is from West Springfield, so yeah.
Oh, got it.
Right.
Okay. And then the other thing is we actually just started an environmental scan process. We already went out to Ware, but we're hoping that other towns in our region are going to do them as well. And you had mentioned an environmental scan earlier, so I thought I'd mention if you want to like sync up with us on that.
Yeah, that's something that's a possibility. I mean, we do these regularly already, but yeah, I mean, let us know when you guys are doing them, and maybe we can partner up if we haven't done them yet. But
yeah, I mean, we're in the midst right now, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, thank you for that. All right, great. That's awesome. You guys are getting Stephen. Very excited. Very exciting. All right. Any other reporting? The opioid. Oh, Lisa. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it's just a save the date. Lexi was Spiffy and Alana from the Communities That Care Coalition are the main organizers. If people are interested in supporting this or participating. October 20th, it's going to be a virtual meeting. It's with it's a legislative event just to go through good prevention practices with local and state legislators. It's getting organized now, but just to go through, the big ones around alcohol, cannabis, and tobacco, nicotine, so best public health practices. So just to save the day at this point, more to come. And I think that the flyer went out last week, I believe. So if you need it, let me know, Chris, but if you could let people know in your notes, that'd be great.
All right, awesome. Also, I just did see Northampton, Kratom is on the list to be banned now, huh?
Yeah, it's isn't the hearing this week? Lauren, do you happen to know, just because you're connected with Northampton? I believe it.
Yeah, it seems to be coming up across the country now all of a sudden. So that's great. That Belchertown is 2 years ahead of the game. So yeah, great. That's great. I mean,
The
anything
nicotine-free generation stuff is moving forward at the state level, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yep. So anything that we can do out there for you guys, if you need any research or information about it, I did tons of research on Kratom, so we have the information. It sounds like you guys are good. Northampton's going to be looking at that. So
yeah, Lauren, is Meredith leading that? I mean, what?
I think so. I do think so, because I did see her name out there.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up information right now just so I'm sharing correctly. Sorry, if you just don't mind giving me 1 second. Or Kathy, I don't know if you want to chime in with anything.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think that's awesome that everybody, people are starting to come together and like it's across the board, consistent across the board for everybody. All right, well, great, awesome meeting today. The next opioid meeting is September 22nd at 10 a.m. on Monday. So we are not meeting in August, so that will be the next one that we have coming up. All
And I
right.
just got a few announcements.
Oh, okay.
I just have a few. So we did Wear National Night Out. We had 94 people who stopped at the table. And Belchertown, if you can tell me how you broke out the adults and the kids, I would truly appreciate it.
Okay.
So like we said before, we have mindfulness and meditation today. 3:30 to 4 is snacks, 4 to 5 is the mindfulness and meditation. We're doing our second Belchertown farmer's market on 8/31. I'm really looking forward to that. And we did meet great people last time. Recovery Center of Hope is having an overdose awareness candlelight vigil. It's going to be on August 29th. We're going to gather at the Recovery Center of Hope from 5:15 to 6:15 at 52 Main Street for fellowship, and then walk to Veterans Park, and the vigil goes from 6:30 to 7:30. We have trauma-informed yoga still every Sunday from 10 to 11:30, and that's about it.
All right. Yeah, you guys got a lot going on over there too.
We totally do. We really do.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
Lauren just did put into the chat box that their public hearing is August 21st, tomorrow, 5:30 on Zoom. So if anybody's interested in following up on that, certainly jump on. And all right. So our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, September 17th at 9 a.m. And anybody want to close? Make motion?
I'll make that motion.
I make the motion.
Second. All right. And all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. I'll see you on, well, so.
I'll try to get there tonight, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just want, ceremony's gonna be that
Yeah,
way, but otherwise we'll see you
Next Thursday. Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm gonna stop that. Stop recording.
Oh.